What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of A Wolf in Geek's Clothing, hosted by yours, Wolfson, and with me, my special guest as always on the pod, the recurring guest, the homie, Mike Phoenix Hero. Let's go!
What's up?
How's it going, brother? How's it going?
I'm still recovering from Saturday.
You and me both, man. You and me both. None of us landed top 8. Did you land at top 8? No. Did you?
No.
Yeah, no. None of us landed top 8. And it was the one time that there was like a top 8 because we hardly get top 8s. It's usually top 4 by the amount of people. And this time it was we almost it was tough crowd. But it was just basically the new decks that we implemented. For those of you who don't know, last week was the sneak peek for Legacy of Destruction on the Yu-Gi-Oh! And this week it's going to be the official release. I mean, the official release was this past Wednesday, but tomorrow is like the official that every store can play it, you know?
Friday, because I assume they'll be watching a video.
Yeah, if you're watching the video, it's out officially because it's Friday, you know? Yeah, guys, let me tell you something. I get the button really hard because
I get the button for trusting you.
And you get the button for trusting me. Yeah.
Congratulations. You played yourself.
I didn't want to spend money to get the boxes because after we found out that the rarities of the Tenpai Dragon course was just all supers and commons, didn't really make sense. But my stupid ass decided like, no, I want to play Tenpai and I'm just supporting the store. Inherently, I did. Yes, I am supporting the store. I'm supporting Mac Cards. Shout out to them. And in doing so, I got myself a sneak peek Mac. So yeah, I got myself a playmat. Once again with these guys. Shout out to them. I was happy. So like I said, I play myself with this. I definitely get the button because like I spend money that I shouldn't be spending, especially if I'm just going to be playing Tenpai. But because I want to play Tenpai so bad that I was like, don't worry. Like it's a super. I just need 3 of these, 1 of these. I got this. I only bought 3 boxes.
Nani?
Did I buy 3 boxes?
3?
Yeah, I bought 3 boxes.
Okay.
Bruh.
And obviously Mac Cards has to be on the distributor's price because other places they were selling it for much cheaper, but because they had it, you can pretty much guess that I spent like almost $300 on these boxes.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Wolfson, did you really have to spend it? No, but I'm looking at it as a premium price. I'm in one of those suckers that is premium to play. I'm premium to play. I wanted to play the cards that day, and I had my deck ready to go. So that's what happened. I got my core, I got my Centurions, I got some other extra shit that I didn't really want to, but I offloaded as soon as possible because I know the price is gonna drop hard and it's gonna be worth shit. And what you know, out of the 3 boxes, not 1 Pydra.
Congratulations. You played yourself.
Not 1 Pydra. But
And I called it last week, right?
yeah, you called it. You definitely called it last week. You say like, hey, I didn't pull any Pydras. I'm like, damn, that's not a good sign.
It's gonna be short printed, and it was.
Well, technically, somebody said it on one of the Facebook group chats. They said it's not short printed because they can never short print core sets anymore. What it is mislocated, and what that means is that they distribute the rarities not equally. Layman's terms, on one case, they should have everything distributed equally. Like, okay, you got 1 here, you got 1 here, 1 here, like that. But in this case, what they did is that they put like all of them in 1 box and then none on the other box. So you could get a case and you usually will get 2, but then someone else got a case and they get like 10 of them. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's what they meant with it was mislocated and it wasn't distributed equally as it should. That's why, like in others, People were buying boxes, none of them until Matt pulls one and he traded it off for me. Shout out to Matt. And then Jakari, our boy, Jakari, man, he pulled like 7 on Sneak Peek. So it's like that's kind of crazy. He gave me one and I traded off with some that I don't really need. And I just wanted to play it off right there. So it was all good. But that's crazy. And you told me that you pull 1 and 1 on each box.
Yeah. So I bought 2 boxes. I got one box had both the supers. So the White Dragon and the Synchro. And then the other box had the White Dragon and the Synchro. Yeah.
Crazy. So in my experience, I only pulled 2 of the Synchros. I pulled the entire Common Core. That was
hopefully. If you didn't, bro.
Yeah. I know. After 3 boxes, if I didn't pull a playset out of it, that I have problems. But yeah, not one of the super, and it was only other people that pull 1 super, and then Jakari on another store pulls 7 of them, which is like overall crazy. So that's what they meant that they didn't distribute equally with this super card because they know it's the most chase out cards. But that's what the vendors are saying based on the distributors. But we all know on the conspiracy hat, Konami did this on purpose.
Yeah.
Conspiracy hat, guys. I'm talking conspiracy. Like it's pretty fair that the Konami pulls something like that because come on, the most chase up deck and they put it in the most low rarity and make Trident Dragon skyrocketed to $100, which was like $20. They did that on purpose because they like what else is there to sell from that deck? I mean, from that box. What is there?
I don't know. They really are trying nostalgia bait because they're like they put all the Yugi deck stuff in like high rarity. I'm like, why? Like people are going to play the original Yugi stuff, not the new Yugi stuff.
Because of that, because I've heard time for time that they're doing this because of nostalgia factor. It's a Yugi deck, Gandora, Silent Swordsman, Silent Magician, the gadgets, Shining Sarcophagus. Yeah, this is the stuff that's going to sell because we've seen it before. Sell, the Yugi stuff sells. And because of the poor marketing, they hoped that, oh yeah, this is gonna sell. Which Konami, you get the button as well.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Because it didn't work out the way they expected it. And honestly, I thought that the field spell was gonna be a secret. And I thought the White Dragon as well. And Tenpai Dragon is, hey, for me, I'm okay to purchase it, man. I'm happy with the results of it. But low-key, I kind of wanted the Tenpai to be like Secret and Ultra.
Yeah, if you're gonna play a deck, you want it blinged out.
Yeah, a little bit. But maybe for possible Ultimate Rare in the future, possible reprints next year, prismatic, stuff like that. Or, Ghosts from the Past, you get them reprinted or stuff,
Yeah,
blinged out, that'll be nice. But it also affected the vendors because not a lot of people came to the sneak peeks as well.
Yeah,
it was bad enough that the owner is like didn't even show up because he had One Piece tournament regionals. Understandable, but it was like because he already knew that this is not gonna go well either, and it's been happening for how many sneak peeks so far? You mentioned it like last time. Like these sneak peeks are not selling
since Hypernova, full-time Hypernova.
Jesus. So for over a year and a half. Oh man. It worries me for the next core set in July, Infinite Forbidden, which supposedly it's gonna be like a banger of a set because all the cards I've been revealing so far, it's all supporting cards. Like support for the Gimmick Puppet, support, for Drytron, support for Centurion that we just pulled, Mentals, and other archetypes. Like it's a support
Exodia.
Yeah, and obviously it's Exodia, Yugi nostalgia factor. No more marketing. This is gonna sell alone. Kind of worries me that it might be a flop. And so far we haven't had a good core set so far this year, right? Like I wouldn't call Phantom Nightmare a banger, nor this one either. And I'm afraid for the next one in July.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then we got one more core set that, I mean, if it's in July, I think in October it'll be probably the next one that'll get released. And it's the last one of the year. Our expectations are low. I don't know what to say. And based on the ban list that we got, like the format, it didn't change.
Yeah.
Other than we don't have any more Omni negates. The Birus are flying off. And I don't know what to say, bro. Like the sneak peek wasn't that big of a deal. And people spend a lot of money for it, including this idiot right here that's talking for the microphone, which is me, guys. If you didn't catch that.
I went kind of nuts because I bought 2 boxes and I pulled the Nightmare Apprentice quarter century.
I don't even know what to tell you.
I used up all my luck for the year. That's all I can tell you is I was like, let me bank all my luck for this year on this one card.
That's crazy, bro. Now this year alone, this is the second time you pull a Starlight this year, right?
No, this is my first quarter century this year.
Of this year. Oh, yeah, because the last one was the Visa Samsara.
Yes, which was Age of Overlord, which was last year, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I haven't pulled a quarter century again since Phantom Nightmare. Let's see if my luck comes back again. But I already said I'm not purchasing any more products. It's all single base. Most single base. But if I'm passing by Target and I decided like, I'll get a blister or two or whatnot. It's like, that's fine. You know, I'm not going to Target seeking it out. No, I just so happen to be in Target and, you know, you just browse and there's like a few left. And I was like, I'll take the few just for shits and giggles.
I'm proud of you for actually purchasing them.
Thank you.
Because a lot of people just steal them and then try to offload, especially with One Piece now. Yeah, people go to Target, Walmart, open the One Piece, and then they try like offload them to all the stores in the area.
Did you know that to this day I still haven't seen a One Piece bots in any Target store?
Yeah, people treat them like midnight releases.
I didn't know Target does those midnight releases.
Well, I'm saying like whenever they open in the morning, like
damn, they're capable of camping out.
For One Piece, yeah,
bro.
It's like if you pull a manga Luffy, he's like, "Oh, I just made $2,000."
Those people get the button, bro.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
You're trolling, bro. You're trolling that you're camping out like early in the fucking morning just to get
camping out. And then they steal it. They don't even pay for it. That's the worst part.
That I don't support that, bro. And I have people that told me stories about, oh yeah, like it's easy for me to take some of the Target stuff or Walmart stuff. I was like, you're a grown ass man. Buy it. And if you don't have the money, then don't buy it. Don't steal it. Just what time did we grow up? What time do we grow up, man? So like, no, and let me tell you, I can see why it's easy. I can see why. I'm not trying to defend them. And guys, if you're listening, please do not do this. I do not advocate crime at all, especially theft. Even though it's the most minimum theft, it is theft at the end of the day. You know, we support our local stores. Target, not so much because they can recoup some of the money, but still, it's still not nice to steal overall. Like, don't do it. Mm-hmm. But I can see why it's easy, and it's easy because most of the time people can just go on the self-checkout. They can just scan one blister and then put the rest in the bag, and nobody checks. And Target, nobody checks, and it's so easy. And I kid you not, I'll be lying to you if the thought hasn't crossed my mind. I'll be lying to you because I look at it and I scan them, and I look around. And I don't see anybody. Like I see them all in the corner waiting for the line for the self-checkout or whatnot. And the only thing that I see is the little camera on the self-checkout. But that little camera is looking at you, at your face. It's not looking at what you're scanning, which they should fix that a little bit. So it's like kind of easy to just go like put a bunch and just go scan one and just like, oops, I put them all in the back. And walk away, and all you did was spend $5 and that's it. And you got like 30 packs of them. And you got the receipt. Mm-hmm. And the funny thing is, none of the Target people check receipts. So I can see how easy it is. I'm not advocating this. But shit, bro.
Yeah, don't steal and support your local game store.
Yeah, guys, like come on. Yeah, no, I just get it. People are going way too crazy for One Piece. Is it me? Like people are losing their shit. Like guys, chill. One Piece, believe it or not, it's still a children's game.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what to tell you guys. Like people are really going nuts over it. And do you want to talk?
They're not even going. They've been going nuts because I remember when it just came out. When I still went to cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like some of the employees were telling me like they were getting cursed out. They're blah blah blah, and then some of the female employees were being harassed. Like, oh, you're all of these words just because they're like, I can't sell you more than a box at pre-order. A sneak peek, and they were just cursing them out. Or like they just sold out and they're like, oh, you guys are, insert whatever word you can think of. And it's like, we sold all our product. Like, that's not on us,
It's first come, first serve.
That was like the first release. So people been going crazy for it. That's not even, they're going. It's like, no, they've been since the inception of the game.
Bro, that's very unhealthy, bro. Like, that's very unhealthy, bro. And they'll do whatever it takes to get those cards, man. Like whatever. Like they'll even put a credit card debt if they have to just to spend the money for it. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, chill out. Like, come on. It's not that big of a deal, guys. No, I gotta get the manga art. It's like, is your life's saving worth having one manga art?
Yeah.
Yeah, though. Like, and then when you told me about that whole story with the Google reviews and shit, I was like, Doug, like what are we doing? Like, why are we taking these stringlets over nothing? You're getting butthurt over nothing. Like blaming the vendors because they don't have enough products to sell. I mean, the vendors are not doing it on purpose. There's a chain of command. There's the main company. Then the company goes to the distributor, and the distributor goes to the vendors, like the corporate stores, like Target and Walmart and whatnot, and then your local mom and pop shops.
Yeah,
there's a chain of command, supply and demand. Obviously, the vendors, they want to have as much as possible because they know it's selling a lot, but the distributors are not giving them because the big companies are telling them, no, only give them a certain amount. And if we see numbers, then release a little bit more. Believe it or not, guys, that's how it works. Capitalism. Supply and demand, guys. And people get butthurt and giving bad reviews to vendors and whatnot just because, they didn't get it. They didn't get their product. So I was like, dog, shit happens. You're getting butthurt because you didn't get your product. Like, well, just wait it out for a bit. I get it. And I said it before, a premium to play, 100% One Piece it is. Anybody who tells me that One Piece is not a premium to play, you get this button.
Congratulations. You played
and
yourself.
I'll tell you to get the fuck out of here, guys. That's what every TCG is. Like, it's premium to play lately,
Yeah.
So it's
well, it's always been like you said, like even back in the day, it's like, could you afford 3 BLS? Could you afford 3 Raigeki? It's like at least in Yu-Gi-Oh, right? It's like
Yu-Gi-Oh. Can you free?
It's always been pay to play.
Pay to play, yeah.
Premium, yeah.
Until you get reprints and then you can play again. But by the time you get the reprints, you only play it for 1 month because the Banlist hits and then hits all the freaking cards.
Yeah.
But does that remind you of anything?
Yeah, at least Master Duel hit Snake Eyes somewhat.
See, I remember what I told you in the text. I'd say I think Konami got the wrong Banlist. Like they mixed it up. We were supposed to get the Master Duel Banlist in TCG, and they're supposed to get the Master Duel from the TCG. Like they banned Barone. It's like, there you go. They're like, I get it. Everybody has Barone in Master Duel. That makes more sense. Now it's like very awkward. Like the format hasn't changed much. Like I said, Snake Eyes still go full power. And if not Snake Eyes, then it's Fire King. And if it's not Fire King, well, you guessed it, Kashtira. Kashtira Snake Eyes. Oh, yeah. And then Kashtira Snake Eyes topping the YCS rally, They ran it in the And the top 16, I believe, right?
Yeah, it was like one of the highest cuts for in the top 16 was Kashtira.
Which is crazy.
And we don't have a boss monster, which is funny.
You guys still think the cashier is not powerful? Again, you get the button.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
You think that Fenrir is not powerful enough? Okay. What do we know, Mike? Huh? What do we know?
Yeah.
We just play. We're just a couple local snobs, man. We never top on a regional. That's why.
And it's funny because a lot of the pro players were saying like Fenrir's a bad card. They're like, because they do like they're doing like the meta cards, whatever, and they were ranking Fenrir low during like the Snake Eyes stuff, and I was like, why? It's like it's the same logic as a free special summon that searches something afterwards. It's like you replenish your hand, like it's discard fodder, if anything, you know.
No.
Or you use it to link climb, or you leave it on field so you can banish one of their Snake Eyes face down. It's just crazy that they're like, no, this card sucks, and then top 16 cut was Kashtira Snake Eyes. He's like, yep.
Yeah. But when we say it, we're crazy. You know, we're crazy. We don't know what we're talking about. We never top. That's why we never top a regional. We don't know where we're at.
The same picture I sent you, I sent to Kenneth, and I was like, and you were clowning on my deck, bro. And he's like, I didn't think it was a real thing. It's like, bro, I'm playing it. It's real.
It's a real thing. Kashtira Snake Eyes is a thing. But guess who built it first before the pro players decided? This guy right here. He came up with it before anybody decided, oh, you know what's a good idea? Let's put Kashtira on Snake Eyes because I think Snake Eyes might get a hit.
I put Kashtira in anything that most of the time it works. Like, again, like if you see my deck profiles, like voiceless cash, like, oh, because everyone say voiceless is not too strong. And it's like, just add the cash engine. Because now they have to play around an Omnigate, banish face down, extra deck banish, like, you know, banish 3 of their top, you know, face down. It's like, I don't understand why people like don't think Kashtira is a strong engine to put in everything.
Yeah, I mean, I put Kashtira
Earthbound, and you were slapping everyone.
No. But Mike. I only top at locals. I don't top him.
Yeah.
Like I'm, you know, I don't know what to say. You know, just because I play Kashtira Earthbound, then slapping everybody, you know, and I used to play Cash Punk, you know, like no, it's not to say no. We don't do that here, you know.
Yeah, we don't do that.
I mean,
but I'll say I don't think Kashtira can save Tenpai.
Maybe you were playing it wrong. Maybe. I don't know.
No, I'm telling you, I know Tenpai. Like, because I always practice. Like, I'm not gonna go to locals and not practice with the deck I'm playing. But I mean, if you want to get into locals, I can start. My first game was against Vanquish Soul.
Whoa.
And first game I opened, and this is after I pile shuffle, and then, you know, multiple shuffles. I opened 2 Fenrir, 2 Unicorn, I think Ogre, and I was like, this is so stupid. So I didn't open like one spell, then I opened in my Tenpai. I just like special summon something.
Effect negated.
He ashed my effect negated, and then he just like used Ryzen to blow up the column, and I was like, cool, now I can put my other Kashtira there.
Slap.
And it was like, oh, let me see effect. He's like, nah, Ash. And I was like, oh my God. Like I baited an Imperm, baited an Ash. I was like, this guy just open nuts, apparently. And then game 2, I go first, and I open the Heat Wave. So I'm just like, Heat Wave, pass. Or sorry, 1 face down, pass. And then he also puts face down. So now it's my turn for Tenpai.
Let's go.
And then I top deck the white dragon, and then normal summon it. And then he's just like Imperm. And I was like, cool, and I don't have either spells. That's what I was telling you. I'm like, I never got to synchro summon because I never opened enough things to synchro summon with.
Bro.
So he Impermed the search that I needed to either get the fire dragon or the field spell
that will protect you.
The fire dragon. Yeah, those will protect me now. Nope. He just Impermed. And then couldn't do anything. So I just hit him for the 16 or whatever. And then he goes, and then he starts doing his combo, and he plays Stake Your Soul, and he put him in my imperm column. So then I was forced to act. Well, I wasn't forced, but I'm like, I can only negate that if I activate my imperm and negate one of his monsters.
Mm-hmm.
But it still wasn't enough because he just kept blowing up my columns and then burning me every turn. And I was like, I was like, unless I draw another white dragon, I can't get the spell. It's not like Fenrir Unicorn that you can activate their search every turn.
Mm-hmm.
Because the white dragon is on summon. So I was like, oh my God, like I just did not open good enough. And then game 2 was against Alex, which I know you went up against. Both games didn't matter because at the end he just managed to get try hard, and then it's like everything's in defense, and it's like, well, my deck is reliant on being in attack position.
Yep. Yeah, that was a very tough. That was a tough matchup.
You kind of did a bit better because you were playing the Link package stuff.
Yeah.
But with Kashira, I chose to be very Xyz heavy because I was like, if I play Theosis and Rysar, I'm locked into it. Plus, I play Shifter. So, like, going the Hida combo and sending Princess to Graveyard is not happening because it's going to get banished. Right. So, it's like, there's no reason to go into that whole line. But just everything in defense, I was like, yeah, this is such an L. I was like, I had no counter against it. Game 3 was against Carlos, and he just gave it him. He didn't feel like playing. So I was like, okay. Because I think he knew I had Cash Tenpai, and he's like, I'm not playing against that. He just gave me the win. And then game 4 was against Exo Sister. And I was like, I'm like, that's not enough. And even if you shifter me, like, that's not enough.
Right.
So that's how my locals went. And to me, I'm just like, I was considering Buster Blader Tenpai. I think I mentioned that to you. I might do Buster Blader Cash instead.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Wow. Now you're trolling.
Am I?
No, bro. Now you've gone far beyond. Now
if it's not that, I'm gonna do like a venture cash nemesis. Like,
hey yo,
like pick your poison.
Yo, this guy's nuts, and continue to top with cash.
Yeah, I want to try the Buster Blade. I bought all the cards. I'm waiting for them to come in. If I get them in time, I want to play it at least once to see, just to lock someone, just to be like, listen, you're under dragons. Everything you summon is a dragon, and it negates all your activated effects. So
that's crazy.
Even against Tenpai, they can't activate their effects.
No, they can't. They will have to, like, see, that's the part where you droplet and then negate their effects, and then you can go Tenpai full combo. But it's such like, it's like you will have to, like, yeah, it's just negate the Buster Blader because they don't care about the Buster Dragon itself. It's like, oh, World Dragons? Well, yeah, I'm Dragon too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
But if I have the equip monster, you're gonna have to waste a card to do that. Because the equip monster locks you from extra deck summoning.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
right? Because the lock is you're supposed to get the one that turns everything to dragon, the one that negates everything that's dragon, and then you have a monster that you can equip onto Buster Blader, and then that makes it where you can't summon from the extra deck.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I remember Union Carrier D-Link. Yeah, I remember that.
So I'm just like, so if you droplet those two like the Buster Blader and the extra deck lock, like that's two things you're gonna have to spend like off rip, which is still good. It's like you open 6 cards. Now you're wasting 3. You're wasting the Forbidden Droplet and then 2 other cards.
Yeah.
So now you're left with 3 cards that you hope that like can help you like over, OTK me.
And with Buster Blader, is there like a way to revive itself from the graveyard? If I blow it out, is there a way or no?
Not automatically. I believe the synchro is like on the end phase. If you have a Buster Blader, if you don't control Buster Blader, you can bring one back.
Oh fuck! So you have to take him down and take down the Buster Dragon. Like there is no option. You have to do it.
Yeah, and then with Cash, I'm gonna be like, hey, anything you summon, friend your banish face down.
Yeah, dog. Oh, Unicorn? Hold on. Where's Trident Dragon? I'm sorry. You can't play this.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a very scary dex that you're cooking right now.
trying to cook. We'll see.
We'll see.
But what about you? How was your locals? 'Cause you did better than me, I think.
I did. I only had one loss and was against Alex. Again, his scare club shenanigan and bullshit, like put everything in defense, which I managed to get out of it. I managed to play around it because I have the link package and because I have Black Rose, which is like, dog, now I see why Black Rose is so efficient on Tenpai. I witnessed it, and for me, Black Rose was the MVP for my locals. I've used Black Rose so many times to nuke everyone's boards. It was just ridiculous. Yeah, on that one loss, I'm not gonna count much on the wins and the draws. I had 2 draws. I never had 2 draws, 1 win, and 1 loss. Like that's unheard of for me. But the true draws, we went over time, and it's because I was still trying to figure out my deck. So if I would have had more time and known my deck, then I probably would have secured those wins. I don't remember much about it. All I know is we went just in time, and mostly because of ruling issues. I was like, okay, good. I'm in the clear. We get the draw. But yeah, I feel like I could have done this. Oh man, I should have reread my Tenpai cards. Because I could have actually done this. Oh, damn it. I could have just popped this and I could have win this. And there was so many, oh my God, shoulda, coulda, would have's, you know?
Yeah.
If only I would have like reread my cards. This time I didn't, but it's okay. It's you live and learn, you know? I keep rereading my Tenpai cards. I was like, my God, they're more broken than I thought. Like, shit.
You forgot the pops, right? And that was the issue with Alex?
Yes. With Alex and one of the draws, I forgot the pop from Biden. That Biden, when it gets special summon from the graveyard, I get to pop it back row. And
the Biden blast?
Yeah, the Biden blast, basically. Yeah, I forgot about that. I also forgot that if I got all 3 of my Tenpai dragons, like all the Pydra, Chandra, and Fadra, like red, orange, white, and green. Basically, my opponent cannot OTK me unless he pops them or removes them from field. Yeah. Because I think Chandra is the one that protects your dragons from being destroyed, right?
Yeah, the green protects. Green is battle protection.
Green
the
is
white one is life or battle damage protection.
Battle damage.
So you don't take. And then the red one doesn't do anything.
Oh, okay. So it is. So if you have white and green on battle phase, like you're good. Yeah. You cannot run him over unless they remove it forcefully by some sort of effect to pop them or banish them. That's
Fenrir.
Yeah, Fenrir effect. Yeah, Yeah. Other than that, they cannot remove them. And I was like, oh shit. And I forgot it because there were times I had that, and there were times it's like, oh man, I could have actually gone this. I could have literally synchro climbed off to get to Trident to pop cards, and then But it is what it is. You live and learn. Like this is part of it, and it's not the same thing doing it on the emulators. It's not the same thing in real life. And I see like because in the emulators, most of the time you're just doing it automatically. You just like pop out this, da. When you're doing it in real life, it's kind of different. So it's a good thing that I got to practice. I feel much more confident with the deck now, and I feel like I can do it better on the next time I go to a locals. There's not much for me to discuss other than it was my first 2 draws because of time, and it's because I didn't fully understand. Even though I bragged about this deck for months, and I was waiting for this deck for months. Yeah, it's very different when you play it around, but it's okay. The one issue that I had probably was with Alex. Shout out to you, Alex, by the way, man. That's the homie. But I guess like everybody was in agreement and I wasn't aware. When it comes to Black Rose Dragon nuking the board, it's basically nuking the entire board, But Alex had the spell, one of the Scareclaw spells, something like that prevents for Tryhard to get destroyed from the field or getting prevented.
Yeah. It's a non-activation protection.
Right. It's a non-activation protection.
It's like Shinri Era. Kashira Shinri Era. It's the same thing.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
When it's about to be destroyed, you can just detach to protect it.
Yeah. But that was my thing. Is like if when you black rolls the board, you're destroying everything in its path. So if I remove one thing, I guess that was my confusion. Don't you lose the protection from the other thing?
No.
That was my
I remember
confusion.
that really. Yeah, I remember that really. No.
So what? If you nuke the board and the card leaves the field, I would assume it's like, well, Try doesn't have the protection anymore, so he goes along with it.
But then that's assuming that like you did the actions at separate times. Like the actions happen all simultaneously. Like all of them are destroyed at the same time.
Right.
So it's almost like a freeze frame if you think about it. It's like imagine you're like, I don't want to say the Flash, you can freeze time, but it's like you freeze time and you look at every card and you're like, do any of them have protections at this exact moment? And it's like Tryhard does because of that spell. So Tryhard is protected and then it resolves. Okay, what is not protected? All these other cards, then they get removed. That's the best way I can explain it. Just imagine you're taking like a literal like time shot of the board. So because you're kind of explaining where like, well, this one would leave the field, so then this one follows it. It's like, no, it's like, because then that's assuming that like one leaves before the other one.
Yeah, and they all leave at the same time. Not
they all leave at the same time.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that was just like the one issue that I had. I wasn't aware of it. And guys, this is exactly why
Yu-Gi-Oh! Is complicated.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Is complicated. This is exactly why we go to locals. We learn these things because when we try to do these on regionals, we get called out. Or if we see somebody doing that and we're like, wait a minute, no, I did this last night. It didn't work this way. So no, you can't do that.
Yeah.
So that's why it's important. Knowledge is power, guys. It's important to do these rulings. And these are very odd rulings as well, but it's always good to talk about them because, you know, if you are confronted with a situation like that, you would know what to do, you know? But I got nothing to say other than, you know, 1-1-2. That was my standing. The other players play better than me. I forgot who I play. I know I play with Alex and Osmani. Shout out to you, Os. And what was this guy's name? The one who was playing Horace Stun.
The teacher?
I think so. I think the teacher, yeah.
Dominic?
Yeah, Dominic. Yeah. I beat him. And I forgot who was the other player that I faced that day. I didn't care because, you know, first time playing the playtest in the deck. And it's a good thing I got the cards that I got because that way I know now what to swap and what to change. Now that I have that little test, now I know what is it that I need the most and what is it that I don't need. And for everybody who's telling me you don't need Dogwood's Dogwood or Spooky Sister, screw you guys. That card saved my life.
I wish I had it, bro. I literally lost the Vanquish Soul because it kept burning me every turn. It's like, oh, burn for 12. And then it's like next turn, burn for 12. Oh, burn for 12. Burn for 12. Oh, attack. Game over. Yeah. And it's like, oh my God.
Bro, because I almost beat Alex or almost like got into a draw. I know. We went to game 3 with Alex. Yeah. Last game, it was game 3. I almost beat Alex because I dogwood him and I let him, you know, do his combo shenanigans and I only needed to remove it. And he needed like 2-3 more turns to take me down. So I was like, oh, that's all you need, 2-3 turns? Don't worry, I got this. But it was a back and forth and all this. So anybody who tells me, nah, dogwood is not worth it, it's like, no, screw you. You get this.
Congratulations.
You get the fun, bro.
You played yourself.
Dogwood Spooky for game 3 makes a lot of sense. Especially if you know your opponent is very powerful and you know you're not going to finish him that easily. Like, you know, get the dogwood. It's worth it. Santa Claus. I did had Santa Claus. I pulled it so many times and I basically like remove it, but it didn't do much to certain players. So I was kind of upset that it didn't work, but it's okay. But I did play the one card that I got from the sneak peeks, Undertaker.
Was it good?
Fuck yeah, it's good. And for those of you who don't know, what's Undertaker? Well, it's a new TCG exclusive card from Legacy of Destruction. I pull a one off, you know. So hopefully I'm gonna get the second one because holy shit. So that card is a level 10 free K big stick, basically. How am I gonna summon it? Easy. When your opponent's summons a monster, when your opponent's has a monster on their monster sword and leaves the field to summon another monster, you slap that free K big stick. A free special summon, just like that, on any turn. It's not, it only says during main phase. Doesn't say during your main phase. Doesn't say that. It's during main phase. So it could be on my turn or your turn. You link off. Oh, you link off something. All right, let me slap this guy. It's a free K beat stick. And why am I putting so much emphasis on this card? Oh, easy. The card is an illusion monster. So imagine having a free K beat stick that cannot be destroyed by battle. And most of the monsters that your opponent has doesn't have a monster that's free K or more. But it don't matter. If you can have the spider, it won't do anything on my monster at the end of the day. And you can even have Chaos Angel at that point. It won't matter. It's a free, like it won't leave. That sucks for you because that's exactly what I need. Oh, a free K beat stick? Hold on. Let me just normal summon my Pydra and let me just combo off. Why not? You know, let me just do my Tenpai shenanigans. Very, very, very underrated card. People are sleeping on that card. And I'm surprised because the card is an ultra rare and it's like a $1 or $2. It's like a $2 card right now on pre-sales. God knows how much is going to be a release, but it's an underrated card. I could see illusion players or Chimera players playing this card for sure, but I'm just gonna play 2 Fenrirs and 2 of the Undertakers just to play test it, see how it feels, you know. Oh, but you need the special summon for Fenrir. Yeah, guys, I can use Fenrir for fodder. If I have the free K bit stick and I have the field spell and I have Fenrir in my hand, I could just like use Fenrir for fodder. That's fine, guys. There are ways for this deck, you know. This deck is still early and it's ready to evolve, you know. Like I can see it like going nuts.
I think it could be interesting to use as a smoke screen.
Yeah, I can see that. Just to give like, whoa, what the hell? What is this? Oh, you're playing illusion. Damn. All right, let me just do my combo. Okay, now that you have that, I'm gonna remove it. Oh, you just wasted your card to remove it? Anyways, normal summon Pydra effect.
Well, I don't mean that as a smoke. I'm saying like the entire Tenpai. Imagine playing, I don't know what deck, you know, and then you go first, you set up your board, right? Mm-hmm. And then your opponent is obviously going to make you go second.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, your entire side deck is just the Tenpai stuff.
Did you know that I saw a Centurion player did that? I saw it in one of MCO40's videos. A Centurion player was going first, and then when they won that first match, they went second on the siding, and then the turn player was like, "I already got this. You don't have Centurion one nut. Open nuts," and just went Tenpai full combo. And you see on the comment section, it's like, "Bro, what?"
Smoke screen, bro.
Smoke? What? You just went Tenpai? It's like, lol, yeah. I just replaced my Centurions for Tenpai. Bro, what? That's high level brain IQ. Like,
I love smoke screens. Like, I think George used to play them back in the day. He was telling me, I'm like, I just love to hear it where it's like, your opponent comes in all confident. They're like, oh, you're playing a back row deck. I got all this back row removal. And it's like, you play completely different engine that has nothing to do with back row.
That's crazy. So, yeah. I like that. I like the smoke screen. Maybe I can actually come up with something with Centurion and Tenpai. I can see it. I can see myself doing that in the locals just to smoke screen everybody. Just like, what? Well, except for you, because you already know.
You already know.
Yeah.
It's funny because a lot of people, or not, I guess the newer people at Mac Hearts think I smoke screen. And I'm just like, no, I just open bad. Like, because like I'll open all my cash stuff, right?
Yeah.
And do all my cash combo and win. And then the next game, I'll do all my voiceless stuff, for example. And then they're like, bro, you just smoke screen me. I'm like, No, game 1 I opened 0 voiceless, and then game 2 I opened 0 cash. Like it all happened with, like any deck where I mix 2 archetypes. It's always like I can never open both. I open one or the other, and then people swear I'm smoke screening them. I'm like, no, like I'll show you my main deck. It is literally half and half, and I can never open like starters for both at the same time. I always have to open one, but not the other.
Yeah, no, bro. We don't have that luck. We're not that good. Yeah, no. But yeah, guys, that was basically our sneak peek, our locals. You know, there's not much to discuss other than, you know, it's still too early for the meta to give a big switch or big shift, as we say. The other thing, YCS, like, surprise, Snake Eyes won. Yeah. Oh, okay. And anything
sure had the top cut.
Yeah. Like anything interesting really happened on that other than, you know, we already know what happened.
Yeah.
Not really. Let us know in the comments down below what you guys think about, you know, the sneak peeks. You got that better luck than us, or you're lucked out. What are you playing? Let us know in the comments down below. Team Sam video. So those are the new Team Samurai X1 video that he posted that he like made it into like a podcast like video. It was just like 40 minutes. I didn't watch the whole thing because it was just getting a little bit more of like, all right, I know where this is going. He interviewed Jesse Conan and Pac, and you know the title was obviously clickbait. It's easy to say like why you suck at Yu-Gi-Oh. Obviously, they're not, you know, insulting you per se, but, you know, they're more of explaining, like, why is it that you're not better at Yu-Gi-Oh! And why other players are better than you at Yu-Gi-Oh! And
yeah,
it was very informative. I liked it. I guess, like, they could have, like, done it less than 40 minutes of explaining the whole thing. Again, I didn't watch the whole thing, but I'm pretty sure the rest of it was just basically the same as to, like, why. And having an insight from Jesse Cotton and Pac as to, like, you know, how the way they think and the way they do like literally math in their fucking heads just to outsort or outplay the player, like or outsmart the player is like, duh, like they really like to them this is not a hobby. This is a real professional shit, which is like, I get it.
Yeah.
You're great at it, you know, go for it. But like I said,
and at the same time, they talk about all the math and stuff, but they also say how like it's still a gamble, right? Because you can do the math and be like, I think Ash is going to be the optimal time to use this, and then it's like that person didn't matter if you had Ash or not.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like, so they did all that stuff, and then it's like they still have to gamble whether it's worth to do it or not, you know? Because it's like, oh, I have a 40% chance of winning if I Ash right now, and it's like, well, there's 60% chance that you lose, and it turned out that, you know, they took that gamble and lost, you know? Or sometimes like they took the gamble and won, or sometimes it's like they literally play the optimal play and it still wasn't enough because the opponent drew nuts.
Agree.
So
yeah, I agree. That's why like I kind of tuned off. Not that I disagree or anything. Like I agree, and it was very insightful. And I recommend anybody who's new to the game, wants to be pro, I recommend for you guys to watch this video. It's actually very good. I have nothing bad to say about it. It's just for me and my perspective, it's stuff that I already know. Second, it's stuff that really doesn't matter because of what you said. It's a gamble at the end of the day. Anybody who tells me like, oh yeah, there's a high chance that I'll open an Ash and I'll stop your combo, and I'll be like, well, there's a high chance that you're not gonna open Ash and I'm just gonna go full combo, and there's nothing that you can do. Or there's a minimal chance that I'll have a call by the grave. Chances are higher for you to have Ash and me getting lower on having a call. But if I do get that one chance, there's nothing that you can do. It's all a gamble. It's all based on chance. So like stuff like that, I don't take it into matter or consideration because it's a gamble at the end of the day. It's whatever you have, and you play through it. Like on a 40 card deck and draw 5, there's so many things that could happen, man. There are times that I'm playtesting, I can have a perfect 10. Like I draw 10 times and I had a perfect hand. Or I can have a 0 out of 10 and have bricked on every single one. Or I can have a 9 out of 10. or 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
You know?
Or sometimes it don't matter how you drive. You might get a 10 out of 10. And then me personally, I always play old cards that catch people off guard. So it's like I have your best optimal play and I'll be like, activate penalty game. And then people look at me like,
yeah,
why are you playing penalty game? And it's like, because now you can't play.
Exactly.
It's like, oh, do you have smoke cards? You can activate them? Okay, turn skip. Thank you. So it didn't matter that you opened like, let's say wanted and all this other stuff. It's like, I literally just outed you with the old card. So it's like, sometimes it's funny. So it's like, yeah, you can. That's why I don't like when players are always like, oh, you lose to Ash. Oh, you lose to this. And it's like, okay, and you lose the penalty game. You lose the new card I'm gonna start playing if I don't play Shifter now. It's gonna be like earth-shattering event. It's like I can pull up cards that beat you. So it's dumb to like invalidate a deck and saying like that deck sucks because it loses to Ash. And it's like, okay, but Ash loses the call by cross out. Like and then you can say, oh well, cross out loses the solemn strike. And it's like, okay, cool. You know, like there's so many counters in the game that it's just stupid to say like something like I'll counter something. That's like in the video, kind of like that. They're like, you're trying to find the optimal play. It's like, you're gonna know some cards destroy your deck, but you're trying to find the best deck in this current meta. I think that's like very counterproductive. Like when you talk to someone and they tell you like, oh, that loses to Ash, I just walk away from the conversation.
Yeah,
like, you're not having a fun conversation. You're just gonna say every deck sucks.
Yeah, you're just saying because you're just bitter about it. It's like, and you don't find that the Nets current deck is fun to play, or or at least have some thoughts about it. It's like, ain't gonna top that shit is not meta. I'm like, well, not everything has to be meta to have fun to play. Like that's exactly what everybody told me about Centurion. People who hated Centurion, they were like, man, that shit sucks, bro. Like, hey, loses to Imper, loses to Edge, lose hard to draw, and this and that. It's like, man, that shit is not gonna fly. It's like, whoa, I mean, the few times I've seen Centurion turn into regionals before this new support, I mean, and the same thing people told me about Vanquisher. Vanquisher is not good enough. I'm like, have you checked the regionals? I've seen a lot of players playing Vanquisher. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, it's because it loses to Ash and this and that. I'm like, so is your freaking deck.
Yeah.
What? Oh, your deck? You're playing Lab? Oh, bro, you lose to Harpy very hard. No, but I could chain it. It's like, well, if you chain, I will chain Ash. What?
Or Ghost Bell.
Or Ghost Bell.
Big welcome. Yeah.
Yeah, like, bro, what? What are we talking about, bro?
I like their video. I agree. It's like I think it's very, very beginner friendly, but also like if you're having issues on not topping, that's a good video to watch because they really explain of like, hey, maybe you're not topping because you're very adamant or having like a nostalgia card in your deck, or like you're having some value on a card for some reason and you're not letting it go. And you have to understand that like that's what's holding you back. Yeah. That's why for me, it's like, I understand in some decks, Kashtira holds me back, but it's like, I'm willing to take the loss doing that. But like some people, again, like they want to play like Magician Soul to get Dark Magician on the field. And it's like, but do you need Dark Magician on the field? You know? And it's like, if that's your goal and that's how you want to say, like, to me, it's fun beating someone down with Dark Magician, then like, I can't change your definition of fun. But if you're complaining about like, I can't top, I can't this, it's like, well, you have to recognize that Dark Magician isn't a good card, no matter how much you love it. It was your favorite monster back in the day. It's like, you have to make that decision of like, is it fun for me to keep losing and maybe win once in a while, or like to want to step up competitively and blah, blah, blah. And also like, they're also saying like, sometimes you can add packages and then some people don't. Like for Dark Magician, you can always add branded to it, right? Because then you can get Dragoon out. But then some people are like, no, I want to play a pure Dark Magician. I don't even want to look at branded. I don't know what that is. Or some people are like, I don't want to learn new summoning mechanics. And I'm like, but you're losing because you don't want to learn how to synchro summon. You don't want to learn how to XC summon, link summon, pendulum summon. It's like, those things are going to help your deck win.
Exactly. But
again, if you're very adamant or like, my definition of fun is winning with this deck and nothing else, then like, I can't change that. But if you're trying to learn how to like win locals and top, like that video is very good because they tell you like, you got to let some cards go. You have to make decisions for yourself too, because sometimes someone tell you like, Ash is the best card ever. And then in some formats it sucks, but people are very like admin are always including Ash in their deck list. It's like I need to have 3 Ash in my deck list. Anytime I get a new deck, 3 Ash mandatory. And then there's some YCSs where they don't play hand traps and they win because they recognize like the Ash is not going to do much, so why even play it? You know, like in Cashier format, Ash was good because if you Ash or Theosis, they literally have to open nuts to continue their play. But in other something, if you Ash Snake Eyes, it's like, okay, maybe they have the bonfire to keep going, you know? It's like, I'm going to Ash your Snake Eyes Ash. It's like, cool, bonfire, get Poplar, and then you continue the combo. Ash is not useful against fire decks, so then maybe you don't play Ash. And I think it's a very good video. Again, like you said, I agree. If you're coming back to the game or just beginning, it's a good video. And if you're trying to top and step up your game, I think it's a good video to watch and hear like their logic and how they build their decks.
I agree with you 100%. For me, I stopped watching it because most of the stuff that they're saying is already stuff that I already know.
That we know,
that we know, and you and me have discussed this plenty of times, and we've talked about this with our local friends in the community. Like it's stuff that I already know. That's why like I stop it, and I already imagine how halfway through the video is gonna be like as well. And but it's a great insight, and I'm not denying it. It's great. I like something like this. I wish these guys can actually do that a lot more often. Yeah, I'm all about it. Give us more of your insights and your personal feedbacks and whatnot, you know? And I always say, knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. The more you know, the better, you know? And knowing is half the battle.
Yeah, it's something I did like that they mentioned, because sometimes pro player, I don't like using pro, but the pro players do is like, they say like, you have to build your deck for what event you're going to. And that's something like that annoys me on YouTube comments on my videos, that they're like, well, the meta is this. Why did that person play that card in their deck list? And it's like, because in our locals, X deck is rampant.
Yeah, exactly.
Not the meta. And so we build it towards blah, blah, blah. Like no one is saying I didn't say this is like the top YCS, like our OTS local undefeated first place deck, you know? And we explained like, okay, dark, you know, for the hero deck that Lulu did, a lot of people are like, why are you playing Dark Angel? It sucks against Snake Eyes. And it's like, bro, I'm literally the only Snake Eyes player. So everyone else was getting clapped when Lulu would just slap on the Dark Angel. And then it's like, they can't play any of the spell cards. They get negated. And it's like, that's a good card. Sure, it might suck out of YCS, but I never claimed this was a YCS profile, a deck profile. And I think that's something like they were trying to say is like, you also have to build around what you're playing. You can't like net deck completely and then be like, oh, well, none of these cards worked here. And it's like, yeah, because your locals is not playing Snake Eyes, or, you know, or like your locals is playing a different type of Snake Eyes or something, or whatever meta, you know? Or maybe your locals doesn't play meta, just like ours. Ours really isn't meta. Like there's weeks where I'm the only like meta player if I decide to play meta. And typically I just decide to play cash, which is arguably not meta. So it's like, you know, I build my deck around what I know I'm fighting or predict I'm fighting. And I think that's something like people need to understand. It's like, you can look at my deck profiles and it's like, you're supposed to just take what you think is useful, right? If, you know, if you look at it and you're like, hey, my locals also has a lot of, you know, spell heavy decks and don't run Snake Eyes, and maybe this build is better, or you always keep it in mind for a future meta, right?
I agree.
It's not frustrating because I don't really care. It doesn't annoy me because I get the free engagement, but it's just like when people are like, this card is bad, I don't know why you're playing it. And it's like, we literally explain it in the video why. Like, wow, all my matchups were like the spell, like not activating spells killed them. That's why we were playing it.
Yeah, that's Yu-Gi-Oh! At its best. We don't know how to read, bro.
Or you have to follow the pro players.
Yeah, I mean,
they know more than us.
You don't. Yeah, they know more than us. But, you know what the hell? Again, what the heck do we know, Mike? We're just a bunch of knuckleheads playing in the locals. What do we know that we top all the time? The fuck we know. But yeah, it was very good. I liked it. I wish they can do a lot more of those like that, and so that way they can reinforce everything that you and me have said before in previous episodes or other people have said before. You don't believe me? All right, looking for the horse's mouth. Oh, now I'm not so crazy. Now am I? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I figure. Yeah, I
would also like if they made like more videos, but more like tailored to more of like advanced players, right? Just to see like, because like you said, like this is more beginner friendly. I would love to see a video for like more expert or like advanced to see like what again any edge or any tip they say could switch up how we view the game or anything.
Right.
But
yeah, I mean, I guess that's why it's those guys do what they call live stream. Now they're like getting themselves into YouTube and becoming YouTubers or streaming. I guess because that's how they get their knowledge. I mean, that's why Joshua Smith is becoming big, because of his live stream.
Yeah,
and BT and Nim, all these guys, And now Jesse Cotton's doing his YouTube videos and is becoming a little bit more efficient about it. I don't know if he streams. If he does streams, then good for him. But yeah, that's exactly why they're doing it and forcing people to watch their streams so they can pick their brains out of it. Oh, and Pac too. I forgot about Pac. Yeah, Pac does that all the time. Streams and YouTube. But yeah, guys, let us know in the comments down below what you guys think about Team Sam's video. It was definitely clickbait, but it was a good clickbait. It's something that people can learn about it. From beginner, intermediate, and pro level players. Let us know in the comments down below. Moving on to this other topic that we got. I got this list from Twitter. They and this is from a reliable source. So they say that they made like a survey of sorts, and they put down the amount of money that certain games are being played, and they say how much people spend on that money. Like this is an actual thing. Like I don't know the Japanese version of this, but they gave me the rundown, and it's basically the games most sold out or most played in Japan. This list is crazy. I think they did it in the correct order. So I'm gonna give you like I guess this, based on what I'm seeing, I guess this is like the most sold out TCG games in Japan.
So, TCG games, not video games.
No, I looked over. I've seen some names, and I assumed that was video game. But when I look more at the list, it's actually more TCG. So they said these are like the most sold out games in Japan from beginning to end. So number one, Pokemon. Who could have saw that coming?
Is the number one seller in Japan.
Number one.
Yeah, of course.
Why wouldn't it? They say out of 137%, which I don't know what that means. I'm not gonna rate the percentage wise. It means nothing. What means to me is like what's number one. Number one is Pokemon. Like, who could not see that coming? Pokemon, obviously, bro. Like, Pokemon's worldwide, and people often either and this is something that my cousins told me when they went to Japan. Pokemon is big, but you know what also is big? The card game. They say that in certain stores, it's divided into two sections. You have the collectors section, and then you got the OCG section, which is basically the one that you play tournaments and whatnot.
Yeah.
So if you want to play at a tournament, you go to that section of the store. But they don't mix all in one like here in the States that we have all in one store. No, it's two different stores. Same company, but two different stores. Crazy. That's how it's say like, oh, you want to buy singles or buy boosters? That's the store. Oh no, over here is competitor play, whatnot. So Pokemon is number one, right? Do you want to guess who's number two?
Is it One Piece?
Negative.
It is not. I don't want to say Yu-Gi-Oh. Is it?
Yu-Gi-Oh!
It is? Okay.
Number two.
I thought I had more competition over there.
Well, yeah. I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh! In the OCG is a different ball game, so there's definitely a lot more over there. But people like more Yu-Gi-Oh than One Piece apparently. Based on the list, guys. Based on this list, and this list is it comes from a reliable source when they were doing the statistics and other shit. Number 3 is Duel Masters, which is the game I haven't heard in a long time. Duel Masters.
Duel Master. Wow.
Yeah. I enjoyed Duel Masters when it came over into the TCG. It's not that it didn't took off the way it should, but I guess it's because it was overshadowed by Yu-Gi-Oh! Because that was when Yu-Gi-Oh! Was taking off.
Yeah.
At that time, I remember at that time when Duel Masters came, Dark Crisis was the core set.
Dark Crisis?
Yeah, that's how old I am, guys. Yeah, Dark Crisis was around, and then Duel Masters came, and I was like, oh shit, what is this new TCG? Oh, let me buy the boosters and whatnot. And I enjoyed it. It was pretty cool. Number 4 is One Piece. So it's crazy that over there, One Piece is very famous, but not as famous as Pokemon Yu-Gi-Oh! Over here in the States, they put a lot of emphasis, a lot of hype under One Piece. I don't know why, but Japan ain't like that. Japan, they don't put One Piece that high. They put Pokemon Yu-Gi-Oh! Before anything else. So suck it, guys. The following one is Weiss Schwartz MIG. I don't even know what that is, but I'm pretty sure people who know TCG will know what this card game is. Weiss Schwartz. Next one, I have heard of it, Battle Spirit. So Battle Spirit is still a thing. Shadowverse comes after. Shadowverse is number 8. Number 9, can you guess what's number 9?
Union Arena.
Yeah, Union Arena is climbing up after what, 2 or 3 years in Japan. Union Arena is becoming a thing, bro. I mean, top 10.
I'm glad.
Yeah, that gives us like hope that this new TCG that we might actually jump in there's hope behind it. There's like this is gonna be a new movement. Number 10 is Yu-Gi-Oh! Rush Duel.
Okay.
Yeah, Rush Duel. I've heard that Rush Duel was definitely big in the OCG, and everybody loves Rush Duel more. I wish that they could implement that over here in the States. I mean, they already do it with Duel Links and Speed Duel, and they could just implement Rush Duel. Like, I mean, and the artwork designs for it is actually sick. So imagine that in English. I don't know. I wish they can actually do it. But yeah, number 10 is Rush Duel. That's 2 for Konami, having 2 different games in the same list.
Bandai has 2.
Huh?
Bandai has 2.
Oh yeah, I forgot. One Piece and Union Arena. I forgot. Oh wait, and Battle Spirits 2.
Yeah, so 3.
So there's 3. Yeah. Vanguard. Car 5 Vanguard. I'm surprised that it's that low. Guess it's not doing well. And next is the Digimon. Again, not surprised that it's low. And then the other 3, I've never heard of it. WeSots, Build Divide, Rebirth for You. Which these are like the most selling card games in all Japan. And this tells me a lot that Magic is not even a thing over there. Or it is a thing, but they just don't play it.
And Dragon Ball.
And Dragon Ball, which is another thing that caught me off guard. Is like, damn, not even Dragon Ball is that good over there, or nobody wants to play it. Yeesh, we're putting a lot of emphasis on some of these card games over there. In Japan, there's like, we don't give a fuck. They're not that. They're whatever. Yeah, guys, those are like the most card games played in Japan. You have any thoughts behind it?
Not really. Like I think I expected what you said. Like Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon. Even One Piece was 4th. Like that's still pretty high, and it's a fairly new game compared to Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh that have been here a while. I'm surprised Rush Duel was on that list. So that's and then Union Arena too. I want Union Arena to blow up here. Like I want it to be good here.
I want Union Arena to blow up here as well. Like I want them to be a thing. Like the same way people reacted to One Piece, I want them to react on Union Arena, but affordable.
Yeah. And I think it might, because even when I talk to people about it, at first they sound interested, but then I say like whatever IP they like, and they're like, wait, that's in it? And it's like, yeah, that's why you should get in it,
Yeah, that's
so like, yeah, I just start naming them. Oh, they got this, Jujutsu Kaisen. Oh, they got Jujutsu Kaisen. Oh my god, I want I want to get into it now, you know? So it's like I mean, I explained before, it's like Fortnite. It's a Fortnite of card games. They're going to get IPs that are going to bring people in. You're going to be excited, whether it's collecting or, you know, playing it. It's like, it's going to get people involved. And then, because again, like with One Piece, it's like, it's just one IP. And if you don't like that IP, you cut people out.
Right.
But like Yu-Gi-Oh! Arena, it's like, you don't have to like every IP. They just have to release one or two IPs that you like, and then it'll hook you in.
I agree. I mean, like you said, I was talking to people. I showed them, it's like, yeah, this is what they got right now. They're adding this anime, and this video game into the card game. So, yo, that's fire. It's like, oh, bro. And the first time I played with you, I was having fun. That I want you to come early to the store so we can play. So we have time to play because it's so fun, and I want to get caught up with the game. But, you know, yeah, I really hope that it does blow up here in the States. I really hope so. And, you know, with the three main IPs, which is Jujutsu Kaisen, Hunter x Hunter, and Bleach, especially now with Bleach having the 1,000-Year War arc and Hunter x Hunter's new season, and Jujutsu Kaisen just like shattering records and whatnot, I think the hype is there enough for people to get involved with TCG Junior Arena.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really hope for the best, guys. Let us know in the comments below what are your thoughts about this. Moving on to the next topic. Delta, the emulator. This is something actually very cool. So recently, for people who don't know what emulator is, a lot of people like to play emulator games, and they just download the ROM games of old school games like from NES, Super NES, N64, Game Boy Advance, DS, even PlayStation 1, 2, and PSP, Dreamcast, like you name it, guys. Like people like to play emulated games, but most of the time, people just like either buy the actual hardware that allows you to play these old school games instead of, you know, scrapping for parts and finding it on retro games places. And just recently, Apple has allowed for certain emulator companies to let them have them download into their app store so people can play emulating games in their iPhones, which I get for the people who are Androids. We've done this before. I get it. You guys were first before Apple. I get it. As an Apple user, I'm so happy and excited. As soon as I heard that it just went live, I downloaded the Delta emulator app and I scroll from the web to find games where I can download ROMs, and I got them and I downloaded on my phone. Bro, I've been nonstop playing, even at my job. I've been nonstop playing the emulator. I kid you not. I have like
didn't it take it off the App Store though?
No, it took out other unlicensed emulator companies. Delta became the first one that was licensed, and they were around for a long, long time. That Apple allowed them to, like, yeah, we allowed you to. But other emulator games that I've noticed that they were on the App Store, they were taken down. But Delta has still remained in the App Store. And
okay, you're right. I just downloaded. I thought they left it on by mistake, honestly, because Apple has been very anti-emulator because downloading ROMs is technically illegal. And so they're like, to play the emulator, you have to break the law, is what their logic was. Right. And so they're like,
allegedly.
Yeah, all quotes. Yeah, allegedly. So, because you can also get the ROM from the actual thing you buy. Like if you have a CD or like a Game Boy card, you can put it on your PC and download the ROM, whatever. I'm not really into details of that, but their stand has been like, most people are gonna probably download it, and that's illegal. So we don't want the emulator like on the App Store. So I'm actually surprised they like left it on. But yeah, I just downloaded it and I see it. That's interesting.
It was just recently.
Because I saw it. I know I saw it because I was reading up on it because someone was saying that like this is actually a clone of the original like Delta emulator. So it's like the person that uploaded this one is not even the original creator. It's like he just copied the repo and like was the first one to do it. And I think there was some controversy because people were like, you just stole his work and blah blah blah. But the guy that made the emulator was like, nah, it's cool, it don't matter because they're not going to charge for it. So he's like, what's the difference? You know, like,
I guess that's how they got away with it. The fact that it's like, no, it's a free download. We're not forcing people to purchase any licensed game or purchase any microtransactions or anything. No, it's a free download. You can do whatever you want. I think that's how they're getting away with it.
Yeah. But like I said, I'm surprised that
I've been stuck on my phone the whole damn time. I've been playing Pokemon Soul Silver this entire time. And then there's like other Pokemon games that I want to play, and then there's like a bunch of N64 games that I want to play. But it's kind of hard to play the N64. I'll tell you that in a phone. Because the N64 has so many buttons. And I remember when you were holding the controller itself, you have to have the way you were holding it. Yeah, you need to have like the Z option and this. So doing it on a touchscreen is kind of challenging. And you're better off like...
But can you pair your controller?
I think so, yeah. I think if you like an Xbox controller or a PlayStation controller, if it has the Bluetooth function, you can Bluetooth function it to your phone, to your iPhone. That's what I've heard word on the street, that if it's a Bluetooth, then your phone can pick it up.
Even the Switch Pro controller.
Oh, even better. Oh shit, you're giving me a lot of great ideas. This is not good, bro. You're just gonna make me not work and just spend my hours in the phone, bro.
I'm like a bit of the opposite. I had my Game Boy restored like 2 years ago by one of my friends. So I bought all the parts, and he said he'll do the soldering and all that stuff for me. Ooh. So it has like a LED or LCD screen. It has a USB-C charging. We got a new case for it, and then the left and right triggers are LED. I'll show it to you sometime. Yeah, I got it restored, and I still have some of my old games. Like I still have all the Emerald, Sapphire, Leaf Green, and some other like games. And I'm like, I'll sometimes play it. But yeah, I got my Game Boy restored because I was like, I think it was a cool investment.
Absolutely. What? I wish I knew where my Game Boy is. I wish I knew where all those games are. I know I have everything that's past DS. I have them. And even before DS, like the Game Boy Advance games, the Game Boy Color, the N64. No. Anything that had a cartridge before DS era, sorry, I don't know what they are. Anything that's a CD past PlayStation 2, I have them all. Every game that I have from PlayStation 2 onward that has a CD, I have them all, but they're not in a case. They're mostly on a deck case. So they're all together. Yeah. This is something new that I get. Like you said, I'm just as surprised as you as to why Apple are letting them round free. But if you see at Apple's and the app stores like number one or top 10 apps that are download, you'll see Delta as like one of the tops. That made a lot of people who are Apple users who like, yes, I can play this game like me. Like now I could do this. It's dope. It's dope. I thought it was something cool. It's like, oh yeah, one thing that Apple did good. Good job, guys. Good job. I don't have anything else to say other than it's pretty cool. That Apple's now allowing having an emulator into their phones, anything else before we move on?
Not from that topic.
Yeah, let us know in the comments down below what you guys think about this new emulator having your iPhones. You think like this is a new beginning, or this is like the beginning of the end? Let us know in the comments down below. Moving on, Game Theory. So I finally saw the first episode of FNAF from Game Theory without MatPat in it. It was this English guy. Pretty cool. But I feel like it's not authentic. And the reason why I feel it's not authentic is because he's just imitating the same way as MatPat would have.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm watching MatPat, but on an English version, like from the UK, which I have nothing against the guys. It's just that I believe we discussed this before. Like, if these people are good and they can bring me that feeling back and they're authentic, their true selves, then I'm all with it. But it just didn't feel authentic. It just felt like it's just a copy paste, or you're just, doing the same thing that MatPat were in these game theories, and I understand that if you were part of MatPat's game theory with the FNAF lore for many years, and you're basically the one doing the research, I can see that. I can sympathize with that. However, when you're trying to interact with it on the video, it just didn't feel right. I don't know what's the right word for it. It just I'm sticking with it. It's not authentic enough, man. Even though I know you were the one behind MatPat's scripts
Yeah.
and all this that I know, and you have the credit. You did your research and you know about your shit. I just didn't feel any authenticity come for you. That's kind of worrisome for me because that means that I can just ultimately stop watching Game Theory altogether if it's gonna be like that. So I don't know if you've seen it, but
I haven't.
yeah, for me, it wasn't worth it. It's just like I see the spirit of MatPat was there and it's absent, man. So like I really miss his charisma, his self. Like I don't know what more to say about it. It's just wasn't it, man. It wasn't it. That's all I gotta say about that. Do you have anything to say based on what I've said or what you know?
No, I mean, I think we kind of called it that. Like, they have to get their own individual personalities and not copy MatPat, because like MatPat is MatPat. You are whoever you are, and imitating MatPat, you can feel it, and you're feeling it. You're saying like there's like imitation, and it's like when you imitate someone, then it's not your genuine self.
Mm-hmm. I just wish, I don't know, if they put a little bit more extra effort about that, but we'll see how far that will last. Let us know in the comments up below if you watch the game theory or you watch any of the theories at channels. What are your thoughts? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Let me know in the comments up below. Moving on from game stuff, let's move on to these two free topics that we got and we can wrap it up. I think you have a question, right? Or no?
I have a question, but if it's getting too long, we can save it for.
Let's see if we can finish this up. We're almost towards the end. So Deadpool 3, the trailer came out. I mean, we already saw the teaser. This was the actual official trailer came out.
Trailer, yeah.
Jesus, you saw the whole trailer, right?
Yes.
Wow, I do not want to see more trailers after that one. It feels like
already spoiled the main villain. Like,
why? Because Marvel.
Oh my god! I need to make sure I spend my $12.99 on a. I gotta make sure that it's a good movie before I spend it. It's like, just go see it. If it's bad, sorry, but if it's good, it's good.
I think Marvel is afraid because of all the movies after Post Endgame have not had a great track record. Everything was either mid or flop. There hasn't been one that's like, oh yeah. Has there been one that's like, oh yeah, over the top? Probably the Marvels. And even though you and I can consider that was a good movie, a lot of people say that was sucked, that flopped.
Yeah.
And people will say Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. I say it was mid at best. It wasn't that big a deal unless somebody corrects me that I say otherwise. But
I'm trying to think of other movies. There were Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi, I loved it because it was I'm more into that genre of kung fu,
Okay.
That's why I loved it. Other people said otherwise, but I loved it. Everything else was just like blah, and then flop. Like Ant-Man was mid, Eternals was a flop, Black Widow was a flop. What actually went up was more the Marvel series, And even then, the Marvel series was a roller coaster too, because not all of them was a hit. Like WandaVision was a hit. Captain America, the Falcon, the Winter Soldier was mid or bad. And then you got Loki season 1 and 2, which was great, phenomenal series. And then you got other one like Moon Knight. Moon Knight to me was kind of mid. They had some great stuff, but it wasn't like, looking back, it was like, oh yeah. And you had to be very careful because they're very detail oriented. I don't know what other series. I know I'm blanking out on other Disney or Marvel series.
She-Hulk.
Oh my god, that was a flop. That was a flop. She tried to do the Deadpool for breaking the fourth wall approach, and it was just horrible. The whole show itself was just bad. There was no direction. It was all over the place. They was just trying to find a way to put She-Hulk into the Marvel verse. Yeah. So yeah, I think that they're so afraid.
Guardians.
Ooh, yeah, Guardians was a great one. But again, like you see what the track record, because anything, name 5 movies. Give me 5.
I can't.
MCU movies.
Post Endgame?
No, pre Endgame that were bad. Name 5 movies.
That were bad?
That were bad.
Thor Dark World. A lot of people hated that one.
Okay.
I'm honestly trying to think what movies were there. I think Iron Man 3. So either people hated Iron Man 2 or Iron Man 3. I forgot which one.
I think it was free, but if I consider free mid, I wouldn't consider like bad. Like 4-2, okay. Like 4-2 was bad. Internals is bad, but that's post. I'm talking about pre.
Pre, yeah.
There's not that many or none after 4, like it, because if you think about it, like remember all the Avengers and all the movies that they placed. Like all the Guardians was great. Iron Man 1 and 2 was great. Captain America, all 3 movies of Captain America were phenomenal. Black Panther 1 was great. All the Avengers games, I guess Age of Ultron was probably the weakest, but I wouldn't say Age of Ultron was bad. More like mid. It was like, okay. Thor Ragnarok was phenomenal.
Yeah.
So you see, like, their track record pre-Endgame was like, okay, we're up there. Oh, no, but we came back there. So, like a 9 out of 10 great movies. And that's including the first Doctor Strange and the Ant-Man 1 and 2, which most of them...
a lot of people hated Captain Marvel.
I thought Captain Marvel was good. Mid. I wouldn't say bad. Like it's a flop. Like, no, it was actually pretty good for what it was. I wouldn't call it like a failure, a flop. But again, we got like 20 movies out of them, 1 or 2 flops, and the other, and like 5 or 6 were mids, and then 20 were great. Post Endgame, we're talking about like 20 mids, like 10 flops, and like 2 or 3 were great. So I feel like Marvel is afraid on fucking the franchise and the MCU itself, that they're just like putting all their chips in that one basket on Deadpool 3. It's like this has to be a blockbuster. This has to be win it or break it. Otherwise, we're fucked. Because if Deadpool 3 doesn't become the blockbuster that people were hoping to be, then this is the end for MCU overall. They need to nail it. So that's why I feel like they're putting everything into this. I'm just like, bro, you didn't have to spoil that much. You could have just hold that information for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But again, I understand their marketing scheme as to why they're just afraid. But that's my thoughts. Based on the trailer, it looks visually amazing. Confirmation. Oh, it's Wolverine. Yay. Hugh Jackman is in there. Yay. Oh my God. Spoiler alert. Yeah. I saw a lot of reference that they did. They definitely, the trailer was phenomenal. I mean, visually looks amazing. So hopefully it lives up to that standard when we see the movie itself. They're definitely gonna go back and forth with the past, present, and future. And I guess this is the movie that's gonna reshape the MCU into like, all right, this is the new timeline for the new MCU. So hopefully they do it a good job. I have nothing much to say because I don't want to spoil it much, but I was just intrigued. But at the same time, I was just like, why you spoiled this much, bro? Like, why? I really didn't need this to know this much,
Mm-hmm.
But that's my thoughts. What do you think?
I mean, I like the trailer. I messaged you. I was like, this is a pretty good trailer. Yeah. But like I said, I feel like they spoiled a lot. And it's not just this movie. It's just movie trailers have been like that. Even like when you mentioned the Broly movie that they like showed Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta. And it's like, why?
Yeah.
Like, there's no twist. There's no excitement. Like back in the day when you watch movies, like people were clapping and like screaming because you put the twist in the movie. Mm-hmm. Now it's like the twist is in the trailer. And that's not going to have the same effect because I already knew what's coming.
Mm-hmm.
So like when they showed the villain, I was like, that's a pretty cool villain. I know who it is, but why spoil it? Like why show, you know?
Right.
I like the trailer. Or I like what's gonna be in the movie. I'm gonna say the trailer was too much spoilers, in my opinion.
I don't know much about the main villain, and you know what? I don't want to know about it. I'm just gonna keep it like
Okay.
on the wraps of when I see the movie. Oh my god, that is such a thing. Wow, that main antagonist. Wow, I can't believe it. I'm just gonna keep it like that. I don't want to know. I'm pretty sure a lot of people who are fans of it, they already know what them is, and that's where everybody's crying about it these days. But the way Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman are selling this movie, I feel like this is gonna be a hit. I feel, but getting my expectations low because I don't want to get myself hyped for that. Before we wrap this up, anything else you want to say about this topic?
No.
Let us know in the comments down below what you guys think about this trailer. Do you guys love it? You hate it? You can't wait? You hate the fact they spoil it? Newsflash, it's trailers. Let us know in the comments down below, guys. We got a few more topics that we want to cover, but we'll cover it next week, or so, so we'll leave that at that. You said you have a question for me. Do you have a question for me right now, or you want to cover it next week? Let's have this.
We can do it right now.
All right, go for it. What's up?
There's like a list. I think it's Gamerant. It might be a different company. Top 10 video game weapons. So like for you, like last week you asked me top 10
video
characters or whatever. So I'm asking you top 10 video game weapons.
Wow. Okay. Top 10 video game weapons. And it could be any video game. It doesn't matter.
Correct.
All right. So first thing, I will say the lightsabers. Okay. So that's one. Wow. All right. Halo's weapons. Like the assault
Halo
rifle.
weapon is top.
Like not even the beam sword?
Nani? Correct. No energy sword. No.
Hey yo, what
Needler.
the fuck? Hold
gravity
up.
hammer.
Wait a
no.
minute. Something ain't right.
This list is troll.
Bruh.
I know.
Halo is literally one of the top shooter games of all generations. Like that game revolutionized shooter game forever. You're telling me that none of the Halo weapons are there? Like the energy swords or anything?
Bruh.
Gamerant.
Top 10, no.
No. Gamerant deserves the button, bro, for that.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Nah, fuck that.
I think I think they surveyed people. I don't think it's their top list. Regardless, yeah.
Regardless, that's a troll. That's a troll. All right, so I named two things.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
The Call of Duty weapons, bro, like the M16 or the carbine or pistols. Any other Call of Duty? No.
Nope. Not even the ray gun.
Bruh.
Wow. Okay.
Not even the ray gun is on it. Yeah. Because if you said, if it was the ray gun, I would have given it to you. But nope, it's not on the top 10.
All right. So I named so far 3. I know there's a lot more. From you say any weapons. It could even be swords, guns,
Yeah, swords, nunchucks, literally whatever.
Cloud's sword, bro.
Buster Sword is number 3.
Wow.
Nani?
Number 3, Buster Sword. Okay. What about Sora's Keyblade?
Is number 8.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Wow. Okay. All right. So I named 5 stuff. I need 5 more. I'm surprised that Buster Blade is in the on the 3rd instead of the 1st.
You're never gonna get the first.
Master Sword
is number 10. It barely got on the list.
Nani?
Yep,
Link's
that was my reaction.
Master Sword?
It's number 10. Yep.
Bruh.
Huh? Number 10.
Yes.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
I'm not I'm reading you the list, bro. I'm just saying, like, it's number 10. It is what it is.
Mario's flower pens and fires and stars.
No,
and shit?
Nothing with Mario.
Bruh.
Kratos is Chaos Blades or Leviathan Nets.
The Blades of Chaos are on it for number 9.
Bruh.
Wow. So Kratos' weapons are higher than Link's. Did I get that right?
Yes.
Bruh.
That's wild. Even I know Link is much more phenomenally known than Kratos. Mega Man's Buster Cannon.
Number 5.
NANI?
Oh, what kind of bullshit list is this? All right, I got one more.
You're not gonna get first or second. If you do, I'll give you your props. But I didn't get it.
So nothing Mario level. Bomberman's Bombs.
No,
All right, that's 10.
there's only one gun on the list, and you haven't named it.
Han Solo's gun.
No, nothing Star Wars.
Wait a minute. Metroid. Samus.
I wish. No.
No, there's only one
No,
gun.
I wish. Yes.
Star Fox's wings.
I wish. No. I'll tell you what it's not. It's not the golden gun either. This golden gun. Yeah. When I was looking at the video, I was like, golden gun. Nope. Golden gun was not on the list. I'm like, bro, that's the one shot, James Bond movie game, but it is not on the list. It is.
I think I just blanked out. I mean, I named 12 weapons. I don't.
Yeah.
I guess like what is the top 10?
Okay, so 10 Master Sword you got. 9 Blades of Chaos, which you got. 8 was Keyblade.
Yeah.
7 Assassin's Creed. Yep.
Really?
The Hidden Blades.
The Hidden Blades? Okay.
The Hidden Blades for number 7.
NANI?
Number 6 is the gun from Doom. The BFG 9000.
For some reason, I had Doom in my head. And I blanked that out because I was kind of shocked of the whole Halo thing. But I had Doom in my head. Okay.
5 was the Mega Buster, which you got. 4 was Soul Edge.
Soul Edge? Which one's that
from
one?
Soul Calibur.
Okay. I don't know that game. So yeah, I guess I would have never named it.
3
was the
which you got was Buster Blader.
Which
Buster Sword. Buster Sword. 2 is the Vampire Killer. It is the whip that
from Castlevania.
Castlevania, yes.
Get the fuck out of here. That above the Link, above the Master Sword?
Gotcha, bitch.
I don't understand, bro. I told you this list is troll. Number 1, I think it's Final Fantasy. If you want to take one more guess,
is it Final Fantasy 8? Is it Final Fantasy 8? The guy who has the sword with a gun-shaped revolver? Or
yes.
Is it that one?
The Gunblade, yeah.
Oh, there you go. I called it. What? Wait, what?
That's the most top video game weapon of all time.
Over Buster's sword? Over the Keyblade and Kratos? Over Zelda's?
Yes.
Bruh.
And you're telling me Halo is not even mentioned?
No.
Bruh.
I went through the list. It wasn't. You know what I said? Hammer of Dawn. I was like, the Hammer of Dawn has to be there, bro. That is one of my favorite weapons of all time, bro.
Yes. Oh.
Or even the chainsaw
the Lancer. The chainsaw Lancer.
The Lancer, yeah. Nope. No Lancer. No Hammer of Dawn. No Halo weapons. No Mario power-ups. That could have been like the star, no.
Or even Metroid's weapons, bro. Samus's cannons. Like, what? Nah, that's some bullshit list, bro. That's Gamerant, bro. You guys get the bun.
Congratulations, you played
bro,
yourself.
That's some bullshit list. That's a bullshit list.
Yeah, I would have never guessed gun. I don't play Final Fantasy. I knew Buster Sword. I was like, Buster Sword is iconic. I also thought maybe Sephiroth's sword.
I had
Sephiroth, the super long one.
I had Sephiroth's blade in my mind as well, but I said since I already mentioned the Buster Sword, I don't need to mention the other one.
Yeah,
but the gun blade, no,
yes.
Bro.
The gun blade is over Sephiroth's sword.
No. And not even bro. Not even the fucking Star Wars games with the lightsabers. Are you kidding me?
No.
The lightsabers. Nah, bro. Gamerant is trolling.
Yeah, when they said no ray gun, I was like, everyone knows the ray gun. Everyone has played zombies, like Call of Duty Zombies, once in their life. There's no way it's not an iconic weapon.
Yeah, no, that was a what? No, I'm upset because of that list, man. I'm upset because of that list.
I would have never guessed Vampire Slayer. Killer either.
I didn't know that was the actual name of the Belmont's whips. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would have never guessed that from Castlevania, but I get it. It's a weapon, but I just never knew that was like the name of it.
Yeah.
And I fairly recently watched the series. So I was like, it didn't catch up the name of the whip itself. I didn't know it was such a thing.
Yeah, this whole
that
I don't know what to say, bro.
No, they're true.
I literally thought Halo, Call of Duty, because it's iconic. Because I'm like the ray gun, blah blah blah. Golden Gun. I'm like, bro, Golden Gun. Everyone with the N64 knew about Golden Gun, bro. Like once you got the Golden Gun, you won the game.
Bro, it's not just only Golden Gun, but it like any of the Halo weapons would be like in the list. Bro, Master Chief's assault rifle. That's like the most iconic rifle out of the entire Halo franchise series. Everybody knows about that.
Gravity hammer, energy sword. The freaking even the pistol is iconic.
Bro, the needles. The needles, the plasma grenades. Like, who doesn't know the plasma grenades from Halo? Like, what the heck? Nah, bro.
That whole list disappointed me. And I was like, I need to bring this.
That whole list is a joke. That's what it is. It's a joke.
I'm glad you feel the same way. I was so upset when I saw it. I was like, because I was naming all this stuff and it wasn't appearing on the list. I'm like, bro, am I bad at video games? Do I not know anything? They named, because I was like, Gunblade. I'm like, what the hell is the Gunblade? Like, to be honest. But like, you play Final Fantasy and even that wasn't your top pick for a Final Fantasy.
No, because the game was great, but I wouldn't put it on top of 7. 7 is like the worldwide known Final Fantasy game that every player and their mothers played this game. And it was so great that they made a remake version and it continued to oversell. Like it's that, like Final Fantasy 7 is the bread and butter for Square Enix. It's the reason why Square Enix is where it is. Final Fantasy 7. Like 9 was a great successor, but it wasn't like to that caliber of 7. So I would have never guessed the Gunblade to be above the Buster Sword. Like, no way. Nah. And you already trolled me with the moment that you told me that none of the lightsabers or Halo weapons are in it. So at that point, I was like, you know what? No. I'm just gonna name because that's not a real list. Fuck that shit.
That's how I felt, and I kept watching the video because I was like, maybe there are iconic things, and I'm not remembering them because I'm like, we play so many video games, but it was just like, bro, what are these? Like the hidden blade. Like, I mean, I understand Assassin's Creed, but it's like there's so many weapons I would name before I thought of the hidden blade.
Exactly. I named 12 things. Out of those 12 things, like what, 5 of them I named and they were in the list. The others were like not on the list, but like I will thought about them first before I thought about the hidden blades. And that's crazy. And I knew I was thinking about Doom. I definitely was thinking about the Doom, but the way it was going with this list, I said like, nah, fuck this shit. Like, even if I name it, I will be wrong. Like, no, it's not even there. Oh, but it is there. Huh?
You should have named it, yeah.
Yep, I should have. Wow, thank you for the questionnaire, man. I feel stupider.
I don't. I just feel like we got trolled. I'm not gonna blame it on myself. Yeah, because I can name, like, we named better weapons, bro. Hammer of Dawn. How is that not iconic? The whole game is like Gears is fun, and then you start that one level. They're like, hey, the satellite's above us, and you're like, oh my god, yes, the satellite. Get the hammer.
And the fact that the entire time that I played the first Gears, there was one level that I didn't even waste my bullets. I just chainsaw every single villain.
Everything.
I was just chainsawing the whole thing. It was like, bro, how do you get not over it? And the fact that you could see the blood splitting in the screen, I was like, yo, what the heck?
It's an iconic kill. I don't understand.
Yes. Hell yes. Yeah, another weapon I was gonna say, the Chaos Emeralds from Sonic. Again, stuff that I'll name before whatever this bullshit list that they name of. And how would it disrespect that you put Zelda's Master Sword number 10 instead of number 1? What a disrespect. And it's a disrespect that you didn't even put any of the other Halo weapons, man.
Yeah.
Again, I'm done. I'm done.
You're done. Was it comment down below if you got any of these? You probably didn't, because well, you probably got a couple. I got a couple. It's just no one would have gotten this list. There's no one I will ever talk to that will get more than 8 on this.
No, there's no way. And guys, comment down below. Name 10 weapons that you guys would have guessed first before this bullshit list that they made up. Were you near it? Were you far from it? Or were you like surprised as we are that this is a bullshit list? Let us know in the comments down below, guys. I'm over it, guys. We're gonna wrap this up, man. You got anything else to say? Any final words before we departure?
No.
All right, plug yourself out.
Yeah, so follow me, Mike Phoenix Hero, on YouTube, TikTok before it gets banned, and and Instagram. Yeah, I've mentioned before I make deck profiles and unboxings. I just got new stuff to unbox. I just have to make the videos. I have them still sealed. And I should be doing the deck profile for the Sword Soul deck that Lulu used. So check that out when it comes out.
Lulu's such a great player. I can't believe it. That was a troll. Went undefeated with Sword Soul.
With Protos.
With Protos. shout out Lulu, bro. Thank you, Mike, for coming over to the show, man, as always. And thank you guys for listening. And don't you forget to like and subscribe for your weekly episodes here at AWGC Podcast. Or you can just look at youtube.com/AWGC Podcast or A Wolf in Geek's Clothing. You can also check the audio versions at SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and iHeartRadio at The Lone Wolf Podcast, Wolves and Music, and A Wolf in Geek's Clothing. They're all for free. You can check that out. Comment down below. Let me hear your thoughts, share your experiences. If you guys got a specific topic that you guys want us to cover or talk about, please let us know in the comments down below. We're going to do our best to talk about it on the next episode. So, guys, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you guys in the next one, all right? Peace!